Hi, this is Bethany of the Greater Albany Meditation Project, and in the last video blog I talked about how I'm going to be speaking to local meditation leaders to learn how different approaches to meditation, because we can all learn from each other. And so today I'm here with Katrina Clay, the publisher of the Healing Springs Journal, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. This is the journal here, and it can be found in 5 counties around Saratoga and Albany. So Katrina, can you tell people about the journal who don't know about it?
Sure. The Healing Springs Journal is in its 11th year of production. It is a free publication, free to pick up, paid for exclusively by advertising. The articles kind of have they're all to do about wellness of the mind, body, spirit, and the environment. And so it has somewhat of a holistic orientation.
Absolutely, great. Now, Katrina, can you tell people a little bit about meditation and how it's unfolded in your life?
Well, you know, I've actually been on the spiritual search for primarily my whole life. I mean, certainly from the 14 on.
Nice.
And so I always, during that time, always looked outwardly for a practice to claim as my own, but I was continually looking for somebody else's practice. And it's only been in the last couple years that I have actually claimed my own practice for myself, rather than taking on somebody else's methods and using them.
And so what is it that enables you to kind of go into a meditative state then?
For me, it always has to do with nature and animals. Being as natural as possible and away from the elements of man-made life. Like walking in the woods, I do that on a regular basis. Not even on a regular basis, on a daily basis, no matter what the weather is, I go out, and the further I walk away from home, the more my thoughts get left behind, and I no longer am a thinking human. I'm just being amongst and immersed in nature.
Wow, that sounds nice. So you get underneath all that mental chatter by going out into nature. So can you, which also kind of relates to your shamanic work, can you tell people a little bit about your shamanic work?
Sure. I use some modern day shamanic practices, which would be I do the drumming. I take people on their own journeys in a shamanic way, which is I drum, and either I speak and do somewhat of a guided meditation in that way for them, or I just drum and they do their own journey. And what the drum does is it gives the conscious mind something to focus on, allowing the subconscious mind to come up and give information to the person, either in images or knowledge, just by knowing, or in symbols, in a variety of different ways. It comes out differently for every person, just as you said. Every meditation practice is different.
Neat. So it's basically the repetition of the drum. You said it basically kind of gives the conscious mind something to focus on, you said, so that the subconscious can kind of lift up and come up. Really nice.
And then that is what gives or creates a whole human being instead of, you know, we are various different facets of one being, and sometimes those different facets aren't working necessarily together, and that's what causes a lot of conflict inside people. And when you bring up the subconscious and allow it and the conscious mind to sort of talk in dialogue almost, not necessarily in words, but in some kind of dialogue still, it allows the person to become more aligned within themselves.
Kind of like more integrated.
I mean, perfect.
Oh, wow. So that's really neat. So can you tell people about your classes?
Sure. I'm just started a 6-week program, but I do this usually in the fall and the spring, so I'll start another one in the spring. It is called Calling Council, and we take a journey each week, one to our mind, one to our body, one to our ego, one to our infinite self, and then on the last night we call counsel amongst all of them and create a dialogue, just as I was speaking.
Really neat. So another way to integrate different aspects of ourselves. So you must have used this work in your own work, right? I mean,
I have.
You probably use it regularly, and you've seen it really yield good results.
Yes, it does yield good results, and the winds agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, that sounds. Well, thank you, Katrina, so much.
Thank you, Bethany.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is great. Remember the Healing Springs Journal? You can see them all around town. Otherwise, you could go online and to healingspringsjournal.com. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right, we got it. I know. All right, thank you, and we'll be in touch soon. Bye.